Well, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Travel with Rick.
I've got Olympic fever still.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we're in probably my favorite booth.
Nice. I have been
For the
looking
last
forward to
couple
this
of
one
years.
myself, man.
One of my favorite booths since it came out a few years ago, and one of my, well, not one of mine, I'm just going to go ahead and say it before I've tasted it, my favorite dish from the last couple of years.
It's a go-to thing. I think that was the winner overall last year,
Yeah.
and we'll just see how it is this year. We'll just
So
go
I'm
from
considering
there, right?
myself the winner, the gold
Right.
medal winner
All right.
for today for Olympic fever, Brazil.
All right, well then I'll go ahead and give you an award.
Uh-oh, I'm getting an award.
There you go. There's your award.
Oh, how about that? The gold medal.
There's a gold medal. And we'll tell you about this before we actually get into this food in Brazil. So
Pretty cool.
You guys have seen the wrist bracelets that you can get here with the gift cards. Well, this year, I think they started it last year. This year, if you put $200 on a gift card, you can get this commemorative lanyard to go with it. And you get your $200 gift card. You can use it around the festival. You can use it in the parks. You can use it at your resort. So it doesn't just have to be for food and wine. So if you're going to spend $200 on your Disney trip anyway, or you can even save it and use it later, use it on a return trip. But you can get this
Has no
cool
expiration.
lanyard. No expiration. And I've got a couple of these because, you know, thanks to our generous grant from Leslie and Kingdom Magic, we're able to come out here and do this. I'm actually going to be giving away one of these at the end of the
Awesome.
Food and Wine Festival. So we haven't quite figured out the rules yet, but what we know is we're going to send you somewhere. You're probably going to have to do something online, like check a box, fill something out, put something in. So you go somewhere, you do something, and I might give you this.
Awesome.
That's as really specific as we've gotten about the rules so far, Mark. How about that?
We're winging it.
Yeah, we are kind of winging it. But yeah, we're going to be giving away one of these at the end to kind of commemorate our time here at the festival. Pretty cool,
Sounds
right?
good. Sounds good.
All right, so Brazil, we are back for more pork belly,
Pork belly.
and we're pairing that with a beer this year,
I don't know
right?
that there's any two greater words in this whole there's food and wine is like, I guess, number one, and pork belly. Crispy pork belly is
absolutely.
number two.
I'm going to go ahead and dig right into
So
this.
this is a dish that came out a couple of years ago when Brazil was on the other side of the lake. We're on the back near like Morocco, between Morocco and France, which has been here. Uh-oh.
That's
I'm falling down.
Yeah, you're cutting the top of your head off there.
Oh.
Good, right?
Pork belly, black beans.
It's crispy. It's got a little pico de gallo kind of thing in there, tomatoes and onion and whatnot with a little piece of
And
pork.
some people think pork belly is kind of is not slimy, but a little soft or whatever. This is not. It's crispy pork belly. Kind of, it's not bacon crisp, but it's got a little crisp to it.
Yeah.
I
Who
love
are
it.
those people?
I love it. Who are these crazy people?
I don't know. They don't like
But,
pork belly. I don't know if I can like them.
The meat pie, we're not going to try to pronounce this.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's,
Give it a shot.
Escondidinho
De
carne, which is meat, we know. And it says beside it, little hidden one is what it stands for.
Interpretation. It's a layered meat pie with mashed yuca.
Mashed yuca. Looks kind of like a, not the fisherman's pie. Well, kind of like the fisherman's pie,
Yep.
but what I'm trying to think of here, the from England, the shepherd's pie.
Okay.
That's what it kind of looks like.
Right?
Have you had
Why don't
this?
you dig in? I have not. I'm looking forward to it. So the yuca's a little thick there on the top. Let's sit down in here to the hidden one and get to some of this meat.
That's why it's named that. We
Yeah,
got to get
right.
through the yuca.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is good.
So that's what it would kind of remind me of, would be
So-
a Brazilian
Yep.
shepherd's pie.
Yep, a lot of flavor there. Just a ground meat is the hidden part of it. So it is kind of like a shepherd's pie, just kind of a Brazilian takeoff, South American take on a shepherd's pie. So you've got yuca mashed on the top of it, baked in down there with that flavored meat in the bottom. What do you think about it?
They're a little thicker, not just thicker in depth, but thicker in consistency than a potato.
Yep.
A little difficult to get through. So I'm going to go back to this pork belly.
Me too. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm going myself. And then how's that pairing with your beer there? And that is our tell them about the pairing.
What was the food?
It's paired up with
The
this
pork
pork belly.
belly?
Yeah, and that is a
Black beer.
Kaiser Brewery Zingu black beer.
Zingu black beer. Very, very dark. It almost looks like Coke.
I wish it tastes like Coke. I'd grab it from you and drink it right now. Be better than
It's
beer.
it's definitely a little heavier than like a light Pilsner.
Okay.
Again, I am not the beer expert here, but it's got a flavor, a richer flavor, more like a Guinness would, but it's not as heavy as a Guinness. You can see it has no head really. I think it pairs well. It's a little hot out here for me for something like this. I'd prefer it to be a little bit lighter, but it's a good flavor beer, and it's not as rich as like a Guinness if you are afraid of something like that. But that's what I think is good about Food and Wine.
You can get out here and try it.
You get out here and try things. You wouldn't buy a 6-pack of that maybe at home if you came across it.
Right.
But it's something to try out here. Same with the pork belly, the meat pie here, and something that when Chris went up there to buy it, my wife Chris, she bought the cheese. It's called Brazilian cheese bread. We're not going to try to pronounce its Spanish name either, but the lady said, best thing out here.
Yeah.
So
well, dive in and give it a try and see what you think.
We have to see how it stacks up against the pork belly.
Ooh. Yeah, it's going to be a tough call, man, to say that it's better than the pork belly, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Spready. It's cheesy. It's good, but it ain't pork belly.
No, it ain't pork belly. Little
they
hollow
don't even
in the
have
middle.
pork belly inside it. That might be a good
There
thing.
you go. Put the pork belly inside because it did have a hole when I tore it apart.
There you go. Stuff your cheese bread. We'll start another trend here on Travel with
This
Rick.
is our pairing.
There you go.
Stuff you can only learn on Travel with Rick.
Pork belly and cheese
Pork
bread.
belly
Tell me what
cheese
you
bread.
think. What? We'll go ahead and try the same thing here. It's a little bit of a different
That's
way.
our pairing. Forget the beer.
Piece of tomato.
Get a pork belly, get a cheese bread.
Oh, dude. Now that rocks. I can get behind something like that. That's a good idea. Both of those things just got better.
Maybe you'll drink the beer now.
No, let's not get too
Not gonna
crazy.
happen?
Yeah, let's not get too crazy.
So, let's talk about the pie. What do you think about the pie?
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by the Yuca, to be honest with you. So, being from South Florida, growing up Fort Lauderdale area, I used to eat a lot of Cuban food, right? And so, Pollo Tropical, you know, those kind of places, right? You go get some roast chicken, you get some plantains. Yuca is always a side with that. I kind of called it yucca. It's Y-U-C-C-A. Never was a big fan then. I got to say the Epcot chefs probably gave it a real good shot, but still not really a big fan here. The meat sauce down underneath, hidden as it is pretty good. But like you mentioned, it's hard to pull away from that pork belly and black beans.
It's not like cutting through mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
It kind of comes with you.
Yeah, it's a thicker consistency. So as Mark said, you know, you got to kind of get dig through it a little bit, right? So I'm going to pass on that altogether. I love of course, love the pork belly. I think this is probably going to be my.
We're not going to talk bad about it.
No, you should try it.
Like
yeah,
a booth
really
that
should
used
try
to
it.
exist, it's not going to replace that. It's not bad.
Right.
It's just probably not something I would get a second time. It's worth trying.
But you know, again, as we always say, a small portion food here. You're into this for $4 or whatever it is. You know, to give it a try and see if you like it, definitely worth doing. But it's hard to get away from that pork belly. And now that I found cheese bread and pork belly, I have two favorite things here in Brazil. So that's awesome.
Another reason to focus on this booth.
There you go.
But just like we do, always have done, it's also shareable stuff. So if you want to get more pork belly for yourself, you buy a pork belly, you buy the meat pie, and you swap them and you focus on the pork belly while you're sharing the meat pie with your
so you basically
your friend.
It's called a bait and switch, I guess.
That's right.
Awesome. All right, so remember when you do come to Epcot's International Food and Wine Festival, pick yourself up one of these passports. It's really an awesome thing to help you keep up with what's going on around the festival. Gives you your lineup for each of the Beat concert series. If you don't know what that is, great American bands playing in the America Pavilion every night of the Food and Wine Festival. 3 shows a night, Mark.
3 shows a night. We've seen some great bands here in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Always some great bands. They come and go every year.
This year we got Los Lobos, we have Sister Hazel, Mickey Thomas has already played, Boys to Men will be playing.
And that's a favorite that I know a lot of people
Big
come
Back
here
Voodoo
for.
Daddy, I know they didn't make it last year, and they're here
They usually
every
close
year.
it out.
Did
I haven't
they,
even looked at the
are
last
they
of
here
the
this
festival.
year? I know Shaka Khan is here, we just like saying that.
Yes, they are back. As
Big-
usual, they're closing out
Big
the
Bad
festival.
Voodoo Daddy is definitely closing it out.
The
So if
week
you like
after Sister Hazel.
Yeah, if you like the big band swing thing there, you'll definitely dig that. All right, so Mark, why don't you go ahead and tell them about the stickers and stamp us out of here?
So,
We got
yeah.
to get moving, man.
Yeah, we got another booth to do here. But as you mentioned, the stamps, something new for this year in the book here. There's a stamp for every booth, every country, some of them that aren't countries, but there's a stamp here for everyone. So where typically you would have gotten a stamp from the booth when you went up there, but as often happens, you forget and you got to go back and get a stamp. And the stamps were always cool because they were designed for the booth. It wasn't just a Mickey head or something like that. But they've gone another step further in giving you stickers. And so you can peel off the sticker and basically stamp your own. And so we are in Brazil with the toucan.
Nice. Nice. It'll be interesting where we're going to see these stickers turning up all festival long.
I haven't seen them on the ground yet. I haven't
seen them on the trees. Haven't
Yeah.
seen them anywhere except in the book so far.
where they belong. But it's early
still
in the
early.
festival.
You're right. You're
Let's
right.
see,
It
where
is.
are we? Brazil. Wow, we're way back in the book here.
We're
there
getting
we go.
close to done, brother. All right.
And there we go.
And it's official.
Brazil
Brazil is in the
done.
books. And I know we're probably now already pre-voting that pork belly the
I'm
best in show,
campaigning
right?
early for the pork belly.
I'm
I
with
don't think
you.
I'll get much resistance on that campaign.
I'm definitely with you. All right, well, that's going to wound out Brazil. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
I think you'll be
at
back
Bill's
again,
booth.
right?
Absolutely.
All right,
as much
now-
as I can.
And I hope you guys will be back again because we're doing it all month long. I want to see you right back here tomorrow for another episode of Travel with Rick 2016 Epcot International Food and Wine coverage. Doing it every day, folks.
Every day.
See you tomorrow. So long, everybody.
Bye, everyone.